తపన్ ప్రభు చేస్తారా మీరు 9 తర్వాత?
यस प्रभु जी।
సూపర్. యా. అట్లా ఎంగేజింగ్ ఉండండి ప్రభు మీరు. హోస్ట్గా తీసుకోవడము చేయడము సో దట్ యూనో ఒక అది ఉంటుంది. సరేనా?
यस प्रभु जी, మీరు పుల్ చేయాలి నన్ను.
పుల్ చేస్తా మేబీ. సిఆర్టీఎల్ కూడా వస్తా. వచ్చి అక్కడ కూడా పుల్ చేస్తా. సరేనా?
నిజం ప్రభు జీ, మీ ఎట్లాంటి అట్లా.
ఓకే. గ్రూపుల్లో ఉన్నాయి ఏం శ్లోకాలు చదివించాలి అనేది డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేసి చదివిపియండి లాస్ట్కి.
సో శ్లోకాస్ రివైజ్ చేయాలి అంతే కదా, కొత్తది ఏమైనా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి?
లేదంటే మీరు నేను కొంచెం రీడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఒకటే పేజీలో పెడతా 7 శ్లోకాస్. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే.
అది డైరెక్ట్ మీకు ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. చలో పెడతలే.
ఓన్లీ
సరే
అవే
ప్రభు.
చేయాలి ప్రభు, ఈసారి కూడా అవే చేయండి.
నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు ఓపెన్ అంటున్నాడంట ఈ ప్రభు. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. మమ జ్ఞానతిమిరాంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజనాశలాకయ చక్షురున్మిళితం येन తస్మై శ్రీగురవే నమః. నమో విష్ణుపాదాయ కృష్ణప్రేష్ఠాయ భూతలే శ్రీమతే భక్తివేదాంతస్వామినితి నామినే నమస్తే సరస్వదేవే గౌరవాణి ప్రచారిణే నిర్విశేష శూన్యవాదే పాశ్చాత్య దేశధారిణి శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధార శ్రీవాసాది గౌర భక్తవృంద. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే హరే. మూకం కరోతి వాచాలం పంగం లంఘయతగిరి యత్కృపాతమహం వందే శ్రీగురుం దినదన పరమానంద మాధవం శ్రీ చైతన్య మిశ్రం. ఓం అపవిత్ర పవిత్రవ సర్వావసంగతభ్యో యస్మరేత్ పునరీకాక్షం సబాహ్యాభ్యంతరం శుచి. శ్రీ విష్ణు శ్రీ విష్ణు శ్రీ విష్ణు. ఓం తద్విష్ణు పరమం పదం సదా పశ్యంతి సూరయో దివ్యవాచక్షురాతదం తద్విప్రాస విపన్యో జాగరాంస సమింతతే విష్ణుం యత్ పరమం పదం. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే హరే. ర్యాండమ్గా చూజ్ చేస్తే పాడండి ఒక్కొక్కరు. లావణ్య యూ రీడ్ 6th one.
హరే కృష్ణ.
6th one సింగ్.
तथाकस्त साहि प्रीता मने राहि केवादित हरिणा। तथाकस्त साहि प्रीता मने राहि केवादित हरिणा। केदिता माधेरे पूरे वृंदावन मायापुरा मतदा। केदिते माधेरे पूरी वृंदावन मायापुर मतदा। यदि प्रभुपाद न हुई तो कभी की हुई तो ये जीवन बाहित कैसे। यदि प्रभुपाद न हुई तो तभी की हुई तो ये जीवन बाहित कैसे.
తపన్ ప్రభు 3rd one. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
तादेरा निकटे कौन जाना आसी बिलाइता हरि नाम। तादेरा निकटे कौन जानासी बिलाइता हरि नाम। सभया जीव रूपे गदिते तदेरा केई हैता अगुया। सबया जीव रूपे गदिते तदेरा केई हैता अगुया यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो ताबे की होई तो ये जीवन बहित किसे। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो ताबे की होई तो ये जीवन बहित किसे।
जय, थैंक यू प्रभु जी। ललित मोहन प्रभु, हरि बोल, थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग। थैंक यू। राजू प्रभु जॉइन है, ओके। राजू प्रभु, सेकंड वन सिंग, सेकंड वन सिंग।
हरे कृष्ण वरदान प्रभु।
हेलो प्रभु।
पाचा तेरा याता पापी दुराचारी संन्यावादी मायावादी तादेरा उद्धारा कारी बारे माना है ना कौन दयानिधि। ओके ना प्रभु?
पाठ प्रभु,
प्रभु जी
पाठ यदि प्रभु।
यदि प्रभुपाद नहीं तो ताबे कहे तो ये जीवाना बाहिता कैसे। निताय गौरा अपारा निताय गौरेरा अपारा करुणा के दीता दीता सकाला देशे।
हरि बोल, इट्स ओके प्रभु। या फोर्थ वन LMP प्रभु, ललित
चौथा
मोहन प्रभु। ललित मोहन प्रभु की जय।
हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
फोर्थ वन,
ఫోర్త్ వన్, థర్డ్ వన్ అనుకుంటా. ఫోర్త్ వన్.
నేను రాండమ్ గా అడిగి చేయమన్నా.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే. దేశే దేశే హరి విగ్రహ సేవే देशे देशे हरि विग्रह सेवा आरती रात्रि दिन रथ यात्रादि महोत्सव सब टिकट को न जामो। यदि प्रभुपाद न होय तो तबे की होय तो ये जीवन बहित किसे। यदि प्रभुपाद होय तो तबे की होय तो ये जीवन बहित किसे। थैंक यू।
हरि बोल, थैंक यू प्रभु जी। आई विल डू वन लास्ट। परम मंगल श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर शिक्षाधन। परम मंगल श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर शिक्षाधन। आचार्य प्रचारे सदा मादेरे के करित नियोजन। आचार्य प्रचारे सदा मादेरे के करित नियोजन। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो हे जीवन बहित किसे। यदि प्रभुपाद न होई तो तबे की होई तो हे जीवन बहित किसे। हरि बोल। विल कंटिन्यू और रीडिंग। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरुदेव की जय। Just opening one. Where are we? Yesterday, actually yesterday we have celebrated whose birthday?
श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर
महाराज की जय.
महाराज
Okay.
की जय.
అయితే గ్రూప్ లో ఒక మెసేజ్ ఉంది, ఒకసారి చదువుదాం, దెన్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ కంటిన్యూ. లెట్ us read our group. I am sharing. ఓకే, బాగుంది. ఎవరెవరు చదువుతారు ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్? ఈ కిందిది అందరం కలిసి చేద్దాము. వెరీ గుడ్. ఒకసారి ప్రభుపాదాస్ గురు మహారాజ్ భక్తి సిద్ధాంత సరస్వతి గోస్వామి మహారాజ్ ఈ ఫస్ట్ చదవండి. ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ లిటిల్ బిట్ ఎక్స్పాండింగ్ చేసిన ఈ ఒక 2 పారాగ్రాఫ్లు చదవండి ఎవరైనా.
హరే కృష్ణ.
యా.
After receiving spiritual initiation in 1932, Srila Prabhupada, then Abhay Charan Dev, sought to expand his pharmaceutical business both to support his family and to contribute to his spiritual master preaching mission. Even more important to him, however, were the rare occasions when he could meet with his spiritual master. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakura's affectionate dealings with Abhay, his vast erudition in Krishna conscious philosophy, and his un, uh, uncompromising attacks against casteism and cheating religionists impressed Abhay deeply and provided lasting inspiration for his own preaching work. In 1933, business reverses prompted Abhay to leave his family at home in Allahabad for some time and tried to set up pharmaceutical business in Bombay. Simultaneously, he helped establish the Bombay branch of the Gaudiya Math, and in early 1935, he joined his godbrothers there in celebrating Srila Bhakti Siddhanta's birthday. Can I continue, Prabhupada?
ఇంకోటి చదవండి అది పోయం మనం
It
అందరం
was
చేద్దాం.
it was the 62nd birthday of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati at Jagannath Puri, where he was residing. The devotees observed the day with ceremony at the small Bombay center. The few disciples planned an evening observance and invited local people for the occasion. Abhay wrote a poem. Thank you.
Haribol, thank you so much. So he supported the Bombay branch of Gaudiya Math, and he attracted, Prabhupada attracted of Simha Guru's how he preached Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj against attacks against casteism, cheating religionists impressed Abhay deeply and provided lasting impression. So he's a real guru, identified. He's a real guru, and I want to submit himself. His vast erudition in Krishna consciousness. Loving exchanges between Guru and Sishya. So that poem he has written during which year? It was 62nd birthday. 62nd birthday of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur at his Jagannath Puri, where he was residing. The devotees observed the day with ceremony at the small Bombay center. So he was traveling, right, because of the pharmaceutical business. He met his disciples and celebrated his Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja. The few disciples planned an evening observance, invited local people for the occasion. Abhay wrote for his, that's why Vyasa Puja offering. He written this poem. Very nice, So ఎట్లా చేద్దాము, ఒక్కొక్కరు చేద్దాము, ట్రై చేద్దాము. Let me read one first, number one. Adore, ye all the happy day, blessed than heaven, sweeter than May. When he appeared at Puri, the holy place, my Lord and Master, his divine grace. Ingoda Sunday, Oh, my Master, the evangelic angel, give us thy light, light up thy candle, the candle, struggle for existence, a human race, the only hope, is divine grace. Next చేయండి, హరి బోల్, ఒక్కొక్కరు చేయండి. Sapam Prabhu, start with
Misled
you.
we
Yeah.
are, all going astray. Save us, Lord, our fervent pray. Wonder thy ways to turn our face. Adore thy feet, your divine grace. Forgotten Krishna, we fallen souls, paying most heavy the illusion toll. Darkness around, all untrace. The only hope, the divine grace.
Hari bol, thank you. Next, poetic, poem means poetic, Hari bol. Inka, anybody? Hearing mode కాకుండా ఎవరైనా, రాజు ప్రభు, లలిత్ మోహన్ ప్రభు, ఇంకెవరో జాయిన్ అయ్యారు. ఐఎమ్ సీయింగ్ 2 persons. చంద్రవల్ ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
యా చేయండి, పోయం చదవండి.
ఏది ప్రభు చదవాలి?
ఫర్గాటెన్, ఓకే, ఇది రెండు. మెసేజ్ ఆఫ్ సర్వీస్.
Forgotten Krishna, we fallen souls.
Sorry, anyway, go ahead.
Paying most heavy the illusion toll. Darkness around, all untrace. The only hope is divine grace.
Next answer.
Message of service. Thou hast bought a healthful life, as Chaitanya what unknown to all. It's full of grace. That's your gift, your divine grace.
Haribol. Anybody? Radha Prabhu, Lalit Mohan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. A absolute is sentiment, though has proved impersonal calamity, though has removed. This gives us a life, a new and fresh. Worship the feet, you divine grace. Can I continue, Prabhuji?
Continue next also.
Had you not come, who had told the message of Krishna? Who had told the message of Krishna? Forceful and bold. That's your right. You have the maze. Save me, a fallen, your divine grace. A line of service as done by you is pleasing and healthy as morning dew. The oldest of all, but in new dress, miracle done. Your divine grace. Thank you.
Haribol. Thank you, Babuji. Yeah. So nice, yeah. మనం డిక్షనరీ తీసుకోవాలి కొన్ని వర్డ్స్కి అట్లా పోయటిక్ వర్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి అన్ని అండర్స్టాండ్ ఐ మీన్ డిఫైనింగ్ మెరిటల్ నేచర్ and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy and your mercy. Through your mercy only I am able to understand this, the seriousness of life. Anta undi kada, fallen condition soul. Pleasing, healthy. Is pleasing and healthy as morning dew. The line of service I drawn by you. Guru Parampara, okay? And the oldest of all, but in new dress. Miracle done. You are divine grace. You are divine grace. You are divine grace. His divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. His divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Andarki Srila Prabhupada ne pedtaru actually ga. His divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nicely written, huh? That's why is a picture, young stage, younger ఉన్నప్పుడు తీసిన పిక్ ఇది painting, right? Anyway, we'll continue now. Prabhupada Lilamrita, I'm sharing. Okay. We are at 29 chapter of Prabhupada Lilamrita, volume 1, 29 chapter name entitled as Unlimited Opportunities but is Limited Time. We are at here, this particular paragraph. I'll read for some time and over to you, Sapan Prabhu, you conduct. Huh? This was in San Francisco, July 25, 1969. The day before the Rath Yatra festival, Prabhupada arrived at the San Francisco airport where a crowd of 50 chanting devotees greeted him. Reporters stepped forward with what to them was an important, relevant question. Swami, what is your opinion on the recent manned US moon landing? Shall I flatter you or tell the truth? Prabhupada asked. The truth, they said. It is a waste of time because it does not benefit you if you cannot live there. రైట్ అప్పుడే కరెక్టే కదా, టైం అంతా వేస్ట్. ఇక్కడ పోయి ఉండలేము, ఆ వాతావరణం సూట్ కాదు ఫర్ దిస్ బాడీ. It is a waste of time because it does not benefit you if you cannot live there. The time could have been better spent in Krishna consciousness. We must go beyond this universe to the spiritual sky, which is eternal, beyond birth, death, old age, and disease. The San Francisco Chronicle printed a picture and story, ecstatic in concourse B. Ecstatic in concourse B. Concourse B. In the airport only. That's where it's written. On the day of the Rath Yatra parade, 100 devotees and a crowd of 1,000 gathered on Haight Street before the tall cart. The deities of Jagannath, Subhadra, and Balarama, from their elevated platform within the cart, smiled down upon the crowd. A group of devotee musicians seated themselves within the cart, made last-minute checks of their loudspeaker system, and began kirtana. In the center of the cart, just beneath the deity platform, a red upholstered Vyasasana awaited Prabhupada's arrival. As Prabhupada's car approached, he could hear the cries of the devotees. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, like that. Jai Prabhupada words, I think. Of the devotees. And he stepped from the car. He saw them all bow down in obeisances, folding his hands and smiling. Itla చూడండి how he got that. Srila Prabhupada, how he trained actually. This was in 1969. After starting ISKCON, after 3 years only, all this culture, Vaishnava principles, Vaishnava etiquette, everything he is. This was shown by training. Devotees took up and performed there, obeisances and all the following the Vaishnava etiquette. Folding his hands and smiling, he acknowledged his enthusiastic disciples, and he looked around with pleasure at the large crowd that had already gathered. Turning toward the cart, he beheld the deities on their throne, the same deities who had inaugurated Ratha Yatra in America 2 years before. They were beautifully dressed and garlanded, and the multicolored pennants and thick garlands of carnations decorated their cart. Ratha Yatra was becoming more wonderful each year. Prabhupada bowed down before Jagannath, Subhadra, and Balarama, and his disciples all bowed with him. As Prabhupada took his seat on the cart, the kirtana began again, and the cart, pulled with two long ropes by dozens of men and women, slowly began to move forward. Buckets of burning frankincense poured aromatic clouds from the deity's platform above Prabhupada's head. As slowly the cart moved along the road to the park. How many people are behind us? Prabhupada asked, turning to Tamala Krishna, who rode beside him on the cart and had been leading the kirtana. Tamala Krishna climbed back and surveyed the crowd as far as he could see. 5,000 that time, 5,000. Tamala Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Sing Jai Jagannatha, Prabhupada said. And Tamala Krishna then changed the chant from Hare Krishna to Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Throughout the parade, Prabhupada sat serenely watching, his right hand in his bead bag. The large crowd consisted mostly of young hippies, but also included businessmen dressed in suits and ties, elderly persons with their grandchildren and families, and a few stray dogs, a mixed Sunday crowd. Book paragraph, and then I will over to you. Suddenly, devotees in front began shouting, "Stop the cart! Stop the cart!" Ahead, the low arc of a park bridge spanned the roadway. The devotees managed to stop the 35-foot high cart just before it reached the bridge. Although the parade appeared to have reached an unforeseen impasse, the chanting continued unabated. The chanting continued unabated. Haribol. The previous year, the procession had taken this same route with a smaller cart, and even then, Shamsundara had to climb up and saw up the spire. This year, however, Naranarayana had devised a collapsible dome with a crank to lower the canopy and superstructure. When Prabhupada had heard of these plans, he had asked, "Are you sure you want to depend on mechanical means? It could be a disaster." Now the time to lower the canopy had come, and the crank wouldn't work. With the cart, uh, with the cart stopped before the bridge, the chanters gathered in greater numbers, facing Prabhupada and Lord Jagannatha. Under the bridge, at least 1,000 voices sang together, creating an incredible echo. Then Prabhupada stood, raised his arms to the crowd, and began dancing. Hari Bol. From here, you all continue. Sapan Prabhu, ఇది ఓపెన్ చేయండి. ఈ లింక్ పంపానా?
ఉంది ప్రభుజీ, నేను షేర్ చేస్తాను. హోస్ట్ కదా నేను.
చేస్తున్నా. హోస్ట్ కాకుండా యూ కెన్ డూ ఆల్సో. ఐ మేడ్ యూ హోస్ట్ ఆల్సో. ఐ ఎమ్ మేకింగ్ యూ హోస్ట్. Make host. Saban Prabhu. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, devotees. I'm going to share this one. One slide slokas. Okay. You all practice. Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nilima Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Vrindavan. Everyone went while the sound was no uproarious. You were defended under the bridge. Prabhupada was dancing, jumping on the cart. Prabhuji, next screen. Naranarayana, he was dancing, and as he danced, his feet crushed the flowers. His garland broke, and flowers began cascading everywhere. As he danced up and down, he was leaping very deliberately, almost like slow motion. Tamala Krishna. Prabhupada was jumping up and down, and the people went crazy seeing him in complete ecstasy. He kept jumping and slowly turned around until he was face and face with Lord Jagannatha. Prabhupada sat down and still the car didn't go, and the people were roaring. What do they want? Prabhupada asked Tamala Krishna. I think they went to see your dance again. Srila Prabhupada, Tamala Krishna replied, do you think so? Yes. He then got up and started, and dancing continued. After about 15 minutes, Naranarayana finally got the crank to work, and down came the canopy. Again, the cart moved forward under the bridge and through the park. The crowd had grown now and 10,000. This was much bigger than any Krishna conscious festival ever held before. Bhavananda. Many of these people who attended Ratha Yatra were intoxicated. We were not intoxicated, of course, but we were higher than they. That we could understand. Everyone was smiling, everyone was laughing, everyone was in ecstasy, everyone was dancing, everyone was chanting, and we were doing it more than anyone. We were doing more chanting, more laughing and smiling, and feeling more freedom. We were free to have a shaved head, free to wear a dhoti, free to blow a conch shell, free to spin around on the street and jump up. Even if you were a hippie, you couldn't be more far out than the Radha cart and Jagannatha, because no one looks more far out than him. The hippies had come dressed up in outfits with big feathers in their hair and everything, but they were dim compared to Jagannatha. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Raju Prabhu?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
The parade route ended at an oceanside dance hall. The family dog auditorium, where the devotees had prepared 10,000 feast plates of prasadam, fruit salad, apple chutney, halwa, and watermelon slices. Although the cart had stopped, the chanting continued as Prabhupada led the crowd inside the auditorium to a temporary stage and altar the devotees had erected among the bizarre trappings of the dance hall. A giant silk screen of Lord Chaitanya covered the hall's Tibetan mandala, and pictures of the Lord Vishnu and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati were on the stage. The Jagannatha deities now looked down from their high platform above Srila Prabhupada's seat, and a garland statue of Lord Krishna stood on a marble pillar. Prabhupada began speaking, and the crowd quieted. They quoted a song by Narottama Das Thakura, "My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful upon me. I do not find any more as merciful as you." Drawing the audience attention to the large silk screen of Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada described the Lord's merciful distribution of the holy name of the God. Lord Chaitanya, he said, was teaching the same thing Lord Krishna had taught in Bhagavad Gita. My dear sons, do not suffer in this abominable condition of material existence. Come back to me. Come back to me. Enjoy eternal blissful life as a life of knowledge. Thank you, Prabhu. Can I continue?
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Lalitmohan Prabhuji? Lalitmohan Prabhuji, are you available?
Prabhu, 3 more minutes. I'll get.
Okay, Prabhu.
I'm dropping my kid.
Okay, Prabhuji. Chandramali Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, brother.
Hare Krishna, Vedanta.
Prabhupada explained the simplicity of Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya appeared 500 years ago to establish the direct principles of Bhagavad Gita. He showed that even if you do not understand the process of religion, then simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The results are practical. For example, when we were chanting Hare Krishna, all the members who are assembled here were joining in. But now, when I talking about philosophy, some are leaving. It is very practical. You can see the Hare Krishna mantra is so enchanting that enchanting that anyone in any condition can take part. And yeah, and if he continues to chant gradually, he will develop his dormant love of God. It is very simple. We are requesting everyone to chant the Hare Krishna mantra and take prasad. When you are tired of chanting, the prasadam is ready. You can immediately take prasadam. And if you dance, then all bodily exercise is Krishnized. And all of the atoms of the yoga process are attained by this simple process. So chant, dance, and take prasadam. Even if you do not at first hear the philosophy, it will act, and you will be elevated to the highest platform of perfection. In the middle of winter of struggle came a fortunate break for the London devotee. A meeting with George Harrison of the Beatles. For a long time, the devotees had been thinking of ways to get the Beatles to chant Hare Krishna. To the Beatles, Apple Records studio, they had once sent an apple pie with Hare Krishna letters on it. And that time they had sent a wind up walking apple with the Hare Krishna mantra printed on it. They had even sent a tape of one of their kirtans and had received a standard rejection letter from Apple Records. So it seemed to be Krishna's special arrangement when Shyamasundara suddenly met one of the sought after celebrities in the world, George Harrison. In a crowded room at Apple Records, Shyamasundara, shaven-headed and wearing robes, sat hoping for a chance to have a few words with someone connected with the battles. Then George came down on the stage from the conference. As he entered the room, he saw Shyamasundara walk over and sitting down beside Shyamasundara, he asked, "Where have you been?" "I have been trying to meet the Hare Krishna people for the last couple of years." Shyamasundara and George talked together for an hour while everyone else hovered around. "I have really been trying to meet you people." George said, "Why don't you come to my place tomorrow?" Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Let me read. Next day, Shyamasundara went to George for lunch, where he met the other Beatles, Ringo Starr, John Lennon, and Paul McCartney. They all had questions, but George was especially interested. George: "I had a copy of the Hare Krishna album with Srila Prabhupada singing Hare Krishna with his devotees. I had the record at least 2 years, but I got it the week it was pressed. I was open to it. You attract those things. So I used to play a lot of the time. I was chanting the Hare Krishna mantra long before I met Shyamsundara, Gurudasa, and Mukunda. I was just pleased to hear the Hare Krishna mantra and have a copy of the record. And I knew about Prabhupada because I had read all the liner notes on that album. Having been to India, I could tell where the devotees were all coming from with the style of dress and shaven heads. I had seen them on the streets of Los Angeles and New York. Having read so many books and looking for yogis, my concept of devotees wasn't like the other people who think the devotees have all escaped from a lunatic asylum in their pajamas. No, I was aware of the thing and that it was a pretty heavy one, much more austerities than other groups, like no coffee, chocolate, or tea. Shyamasundara continued to see George regularly, and they soon became friends. George, who had been practicing a mantra given him by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, began to hear for the first time about Bhakti Yoga and the Vedic philosophy. He talked openly to Shyamasundara, Gurudasa, and Mukunda of his spiritual quest, and his realizations of karma. George, a yogi I met in India said, "You are really lucky. You have youth, fame, fortune, health, but at the same time, that's not enough for you. You want to know about something else. Most people don't even get to the point where they realize there's something beyond that wall. They're just trying to get up on top of that wall to be able to eat and have a nice house and be comfortable and all that. But I was fortunate enough to get all that in time to realize there's something else to life. Whereas most people get worn out just by trying to attain material things." After a visit to Haight-Ashbury in 1967, George had begun to feel guilty for his role in promulgating the LSD culture. Had He had the impression that the hippies of Haight-Ashbury were creative craftsmen, but when he saw them drugged, dirty, and hopeless, a West Coast extension of the Bowery, he felt partly responsible. He decided to use his influential position by writing and singing songs about something more than psychedelics and sex. He was also feeling an increasing interest in Indian spirituality due, he felt, to karma from his previous lives. Hare Krishna. Lalit Mohan Prabhuji, are you available now? Lalit Mohan Prabhuji?
Yeah, Prabhu, I couldn't see the screen going up. Did you scroll the screen?
Yeah, ఇక్కడ నుంచి చదవండి ప్రభుజీ, జార్జ్ అని.
Yeah, now I can see.
Yeah.
George, I feel at home with Krishna. I think that's something that has been there from previous birth. So it was like the door was opening to me at that time, but it was also like a jigsaw puzzle. And I needed all these little pieces to make a complete picture. And that is what has been happening by the devotees and Swami Bhakti Vedanta coming along, or some devotees giving me a book, or my hearing a album. It's all been slowly fitting together. And these are some of the reasons why I responded to Shyamasundara and Gurudas. When they first came to London, let's face it, if I am going to have to stand up and be counted, then I'll be with these guys rather than with those over there. It's like that. I'll be with devotees rather than with the straight people who are the so-called saints. George offered to help the devotees get a building in London. And he and Shyamasundara spoke of making a Hare Krishna record. But Shyamasundara never pressed him. Thank you, Prabhu.
Continue, Prabhuji.
George was a glamorous superstar. The quite serious Beatle, a fabulous guitarist and a singer who had access to all grades, to presidents and queens, wherever he went. And Shyamasundara had a glamour of his own. He was tall, 6'2", and although shaven-headed, strikingly handsome. And he was a Vaishnava, fully dedicated to the Indian spirituality. George was so fond of. Thank you, Prabhu.
ఇక్కడ చదవండి ప్రభుజీ.
Sorry. When Prabhupada heard about George, he took seriously the possibility that George might fully take up Krishna consciousness, carrying this to its logical conclusion. Prabhupada envisioned a world revolution in Krishna consciousness, spearheaded by Krishna conscious Beatles. A revolution in consciousness spearheaded by Krishna conscious Beatles. Okay.
Yeah, complete this paragraph, Prabhuji. It is understood.
It is understood from your letter that Mr. George Harrison has a little sympathy for our movement. And if Krishna is actually satisfied on him, surely he will be able to join with us in pushing on the Sankirtan movement throughout the world. Somehow or other, the Beatles have become a cynosure of the neighboring European countries and America also. He is attracted by our Sankirtan party, and if Mr. George Harrison takes the leading part in organizing a huge Sankirtan party consisting of the Beatles and our ISKCON boys, surely we shall encourage the face of the world. We shall change the face of the world so much politically harassed by the manures of the politicians. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, sorry, Prabhuji, my internet got disconnected. Let me reshare the screen.
I am done, Prabhu. I am done.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Madhavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Please.
For the, for the London devotees, George's friendship heightened the excitement of Prabhupada's coming to London. Now that a world famous personality was waiting to meet Prabhupada, they felt perhaps they had another way to please him and to make preaching in London a success. George, by his association with Krishna consciousness and by dint of his own spiritual evolution, began to express his devotion to Lord Krishna in his songs. Reading Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, he could appreciate the superiority of the personal conception of God over the impersonal. Gurudasa showed church the verse in the Gita where Krishna says that he is the base of impersonal Brahman. George liked the concept of Krishna consciousness, but he was wary of showing exclusive devotion to Prabhupada and Krishna. The devotees therefore dealt with him accordingly, so as not to disturb him. On Jan 11, Srila Prabhupada wrote another letter to the devotees in London, expressing more ideas of how George could best serve Krishna. I am so glad that Mr. Harrison is composing songs like Lord whom we so long ignore. He is very thoughtful. When we actually meet, I shall be able to give him thoughts about separation from Krishna. And they will be able to compose very attractive songs for public reception. The public is in need of such songs, and if they are administered through nice agents like the Beatles, it will surely be a great success. Prabhupada cautioned the devotees not to simply depend on George for help, but to try to find a building themselves and rent it. George did want to help. However, and again, he suggested the devotees make a record on the Apple level. An old favorite idea of the London devotees had been to get the Beatles to make a record chanting Hare Krishna. If the Beatles did it, the mantra would certainly become world famous. George liked the idea, but he preferred that the devotees sing it and produce it on the Apple level. You guys make the money rather than we get it, he said. Let us make a record.
Yeah, continue, Mataji.
So the devotees went over to George's house for a chanting session. George doubled his guitar, and a few weeks later, the devotees returned and heard their tape. George was ready to try a session at the studio, so the devotees agreed to meet him and his musician friend Billy Preston at Trident Studios on St. Anne's Alley. They recorded for a few hours. The tape sounded good. George and Sam Sundar agreed on a date for the actual recording. On the day of the recording, about a dozen devotees, including some newly recruited Britishers, assembled at EMI Recording Studios on Abbey Road. When the first group of devotees arrived in George's masjid, a crowd of teenagers began singing Hare Krishna to the tune popularized by the rock musical Hair, while Amina applied Vaishnava Tilaka to the foreheads of the recording technician. Malati began unpacking the picnic baskets of prasadam she had brought, and some of the other devotees took pictures of Krishna and lit incense. The studio was Krishnaized.
Yeah,
Should I
complete
tell
this
them?
last paragraph.
With Paul McCartney and his wife Linda operating the control console, the recording session began. Everyone worked quickly, making side one of the 45 RPM record in about an hour. George played Aga and Mukunda played Mridanga. Yamuna sang the lead with Sam Sundar backing her, and the other voices blended in a chorus. And to make it come out exactly right, everyone concentrated on Prabhupada and prayed for spiritual strength.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Sandhya
you.
Mataji, are you available? Sandhya Mataji. Mataji is not on call. Okay. So I think everyone has done one round. Lalitman Prabhuji, can we go to the shlokas?
Your wish, Prabhu. You are the host.
Yeah, అందరిది అయిపోయింది Prabhuji. Murli Prabhu, మీరు ఓన్లీ శ్లోకాసే కదా?
అవును ప్రభుజీ, నాకు కొంచెం సైడ్ డిఫెక్ట్ ఉంది, చేయలేను.
సరే Prabhuji, yeah, we'll do shlokas. Let me share the screen. Prabhuji పంపించారా చాట్ లో? కన్సాలిడేటెడ్ పంపిస్తా అని చెప్పారు. యా పంపించారు. Yes. Who wants to go first? Lajman Prabhu, మీరు ఒకసారి చేయండి, then whoever wants to go can read.
నన్ను చేయమంటారు ప్రభు ఫస్ట్?
Yes,
ఇవాళ
Prabhuji.
కూడా ఇదే చేయమన్నారా ప్రభు?
అవును ప్రభుజీ, ఇదే రివిజన్.
అవునా? సరే సరే. శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం 6.1.15 కేచిత్ కేవలయా భక్త్యా వాసుదేవ పరాయణా అగం దున్వంతి కాత్స్నేన నిహారం ఇవ భాస్కరః సకృన్మనః కృష్ణపదారవిందయో నివేశితం తద్గుణరాగియైరిహ నతేయమం పాశభృతశ్చ తద్భృతాః స్వప్నేపి పశ్యంతి హి చీర్ణ నిష్కృతాః సాంకేత్యం పారిహాస్యం వా స్తోభం హేళనం ఏవ వా వైకుంఠనామ గ్రహణం అశేషాగాహరం విదుః మ్రియమాణో హరేర్నామ గృణాన్ పుత్రోపచారితం అజామిలోప్యగాద్ధామ కిముథా శ్రద్ధయా గృణాన్ ధర్మం తు సాక్షాత్ భగవత్ ప్రణీతం న వై విదుర్షయోనాపి దేవా న సిద్ధముఖ్యాసురా మనుష్యా కుతో ను విద్యాధరచారణాయదః శరణాదయః ते देव सिद्ध परिगीत पवित्र गाथा ये साधव समदृशो भगवत् प्रपन्ना तानोपसीदत हरेर् गदयाभिगुप्तान् नैषां वयं न च वय प्रभवाम दण्डे जिह्वा न भक्ति भगवद् गुणनामधेयम् चेतश्च न स्मरति तच्चरणारविन्दम् कृष्णाय नो नमति यच्चिरये कदापि तानानयध्वमसतो कृतविष्णुकृत्यान्. థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ. మురళీ ప్రభు చదువుతారా?
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ.
సకృన్మన కేచిత్ కేవలయా భక్త్యా వాసుదేవ పరాయణాః అగందున్వంతి కార్ష్ణేన నిహారమివ భాస్కరః సకృన్మన కృష్ణ పదారవిందయోర్ నివేశితద్గుణ రాగియే ఏరిహ నతే నతేయమం పాశ్చ్యుతశ్చ తద్భటాన్ స్వప్నేపి పశ్యంతి హిచీర్ణ నిష్కృతాః సాంకేత్యం పారిహాస్యం వా స్తోభస్హేళనమేవ వా వైకుంఠనామ గ్రహణం అశేష గహరం విదుః మ్రియమాణో హరేర్నామ గృహన్ పుత్రో పచారితం అజామిలోప్య గాధామ కిముత శ్రద్ధయా గృహాన్ ధర్మం తు సాక్షాత్ భగవత్ ప్రణీతం న न वै विदुर्षयो नापि देवाः न सिद्धिमुख्यासुरा मनुष्या कुतो विद्याधरचारणादया ते देव सिद्धपरिगीतपवित्रगादा ये साधवः समदृशो भगवत्प्रपन्ना तानोपसीदत हरेर्गदयाभिगुप्तान् नैषां वयं न च वयं प्रभवानुदण्डे जिह्वानभक्ति भगवद्गुणनामध्येयं चेतश्च न स्मरति तच्चरणारविन्दे कृष्णाय नो नमति यच्छिर एकदापि तानान यद्वमसतो कृतविष्णु कृत्यान्
Yeah, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Raju Prabhu, you want to read?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah, let me read then, Mataji. केचित् केवल्या भक्त्या वासुदेवा परायणः अगं दुन्वन्ति कात्स्येन निहारम् इव भास्करः सकृन्मनः कृष्णपदारविन्द्योर्निवेशितं तद्गुणरागियैरिह न ते यमं पासभृतश्च तद्भतान् स्वप्नेऽपि पश्यन्ति हि चीर्णनिष्कृतः साङ्केत्यं पारिहास्यं वा स्तोभं हेलनमेव वा वैकुण्ठनामग्रहणम् अशेषागाहरं विदुः म्रियमाणो हरेर्नाम गृणन् पुत्रोपचारितम् अजामिलोऽप्यगद्दामा किम् उता श्रद्धया गृणान् धर्मं तु साक्षात् भगवत् प्रणीतं न वैर्विदुरश्ययो नापि देवः न सिद्धमुख्या असुरा मनुष्यः पूतो नु विद्याधरचरणादयः तदेव सिद्धपरिगीतपवित्रगाथा ये साधवः समदृशो भगवत् प्रपन्ना तानोपसीदत हरिर्गदयाभिगुप्तान् नैषां वयं न च वय प्रभवाम दण्डे जिह्वान भक्ति भगवद्गुणनामधेयम् चेतश्च न स्मरति तच्चरणारविन्दम् कृष्णाय नो नमति यच्चीर एकदापि तानानयत्वमसतो कृतविष्णुकृत्यान् हरे कृष्ण Mataji, please take your turn.
Yes, Prabhuji, I will recite.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Dandatvam. केचित् केवलया भक्त्या वासुदेवा परायणा अगं धुन्वन्ति कास्येन निहारमिव भास्करः सकृन्मना कृष्ण पादारविन्दयो निवेशितं तद्गुणरागियैरिह न थेयमं पाशभूतश्च तद्भटान् स्वप्नेऽपि पश्यन्ति हि चीर्णनिष्कृतः Next, Prabhuji, 19.
Sankyetam Parihasam.
Permission, Prabhuji. साङ्केत्यं पारिहस्त्यं वा स्तोभं हेलनमेव वा वैकुण्ठनामग्रहणामशेषं गहरां विदुः ययेत परमां that one only, na Prabhuji?
Mriyamano Harirnama.
म्रियमाणो हरेर्नाम गृणान् पुत्रोपचारिताम् अजामिलोऽप्याघातामा किमुता श्रद्धाय गृहान् धर्मं तु साक्षात् भगवत् प्रणीतां न वैर्विदुर्भुष न वै विदुर्षयो नापि देवः न सिद्धमुख्यासुरा मनुष्यः कुतो नु विद्याधरचारणधायः ते देव सिद्धा परिगीतपवित्रगाथा ये साधवः समदृशो भगवत् प्रपन्नः तान्नोपसीदिता हरेर्गतया विगुप्तान्नैषां वयं न च वयः प्रभुवामदण्डे जिह्वानवक्ति भगवद्गुणनामधेयां चेतश्च न स्मरति तच्चरणारविन्दं कृष्णाय नो नमति यश्चीरये कदापि तानानयद्वामसतो कृत विष्णुकृत्वान् कृत्यान् हरे कृष्ण
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ. మాధవి మాతాజీ
Pure
కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
ఏంటో మీరు చేస్తారా ప్రభుజీ మళ్ళీ?
మా మాతాజీ చేస్తారు.
ఓకే ఓకే ప్రభుజీ.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
केचित् केवलया भक्त्या वासुदेवपरायणाः अगं धुन्वन्ति कार्त्स्नेन निहारमिव भास्करः सकृन्नन् मनः कृष्णा पदारविन्दयोर्निवेशितं तद्गुणरागियैरिह न तेयमं पाशभृत्यच्च तद्भटान् स्वप्नेऽपि पश्यन्ति हि चीर्न निष्कृताः साङ्केत्यं पारिहास्यं वास्तोभं हेलनमेव वा वैकुण्ठनामग्रहणमशेषागहरं विदुः धर्मं तु साक्षात् भगवत्प्रणीतं न वै विदुर्ऋषयो नापि देवाः न सिद्धमुख्या असुरा मनुष्याः कुतो नु विद्याधरचारणादयः ते देव सिद्धपरिगीतपवित्रगाथा ये साधवः समदृशो भगवत्प्रपन्नाः तानोपसीदत हरेर्गदयाभिमुक्तान् नैषां वयं न च वयः प्रभवामदण्डे जिह्वेन भक्ति भगवद्गुणनामधेयं ते तच्च न स्मरति तच्चरणारविन्दं कृष्णाय नो नमति यच्चिरये कदापि तानानयद्वमसतो कृतविष्णुकृत्यान्
107 పేజ్ మిస్ చేసిన ఉన్నారు ఇంగ్లీష్ లో. 107 పేజ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ.
हरे
మాధవి మాతాజీ.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
म्रियमाणो हरेर्नाम पुत्रोपचारितम् अजामिलोऽप्यगाधाम किमुत श्रद्धया गृणन्. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
హరే కృష్ణ. మాధవి మాతాజీ, వాణి మాతాజీ.
ప్రభుజీ హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ.
నేను ట్రై చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ.
ఎవ్రీవన్ ఇస్ ట్రైయింగ్ మాతాజీ.
केचित् केवलया भक्त्या वासुदेव परायण अगां धुन्वन्ति कार्त्स्नेन निहारम् इव भास्करा सकण्मना कृष्ण पदारविन्दयो. ఇది ట్యూన్ మర్చిపోయాను యాక్చువల్గా. శ్లోక వచ్చి కానీ सकर्णमना कृष्ण पदारविन्दयो निवेशितं तद्गुणा रागी इव. నేను ఇది చదివేనైనా గుర్తు రావట్లేదు. ఓ మై గాడ్, ఐఎమ్ రియలీ బ్యాడ్ నౌ. ఐ లెట్స్ రీట్రై ప్రభుజీ. सकर्ण
ఒకసారి చేయాలా?
ట్యూన్ గుర్తు రావట్లేదు, ఫిట్ చేయలేకపోతున్నాను వర్డ్స్, అది ప్రాబ్లం.
కృష్ణ పదారవింద్యో నివేశితం తద్గుణరాగైరివ.
सकर्णमना कृष्ण पदारविन्दयो निवेशितं तद्गुणरागिरिह न तेयमं पाशभृतश्च तत्पटान् स्वप्ने विपश्यन्ति हि चीर्न निष्कृता. संकेत्यं परिहास्यं वा साङ्केत्यं परिहास्यं वा स्तोभं हेलनम् एव वा वैकुण्ठनामगृहणम् हरं विदु म्रियमाणो हरिर्नाम गृणान् पुत्रोपरिचितम् अजामिलोऽपि अगत्ताम किम् उथा श्रद्धया गृणान्
पुत्रोपचारितं
गृणान् पुत्रो ఓకే మళ్ళీ చేయనా ప్రభుజీ
చేయండి.
म्रियमाणो हरिर्नाम गृणान् पुत्रोपचारितम् अजामिलोऽप्य अगद्धाम किम् उता श्रद्धया गृणान् धर्मं तु साक्षात् भगवत् प्रणीतं न वै विदुर्यस्यो नपि देवा न वै विदुरस्यो नापि देवा न सिद्धमुख्या असुरा మముశ్రయ నాకు కనిపించట్లేదు 1 సెకండ్ ప్రభుజీ కూటో ను విద్యాధర చారణాదయా ధర్మం తు సాక్షాత్ భగవత్ ప్రణీతం న వై విదురస్య నపి దేవః न सिद्धमुख्या असुरा मनुष्य कूटो न विद्याधरचारणादया ते देव सिद्धपरिगात पवित्रगाथा ये साधवा सन्दृशो भगवत्प्रपन्ना तानोपसीदत हरिर्गदयाभिगुप्तान् नैसं वयं न च वया परिप्रभवामदण्डे जिह्वा न वक्ति भगवद्गुणनामधेयम् चेतस्न स्मृतितच्चरणारविन्दम् कृष्णाय नो नमति यच्चिर एकदापि तानानयत्वमसतो कृतविष्णु కృత్యాన్ సారీ ప్రభుజీ నేను సరిగ్గా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి అందుకని అసలు ఏమాత్రం రావట్లేదు
ఓకే మాతాజీ హరే కృష్ణ
థ్యాంక్ యూ సారీ
మాధవి మాతాజీ Madhavi Mataji, you are the last person remaining.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1. केचित् केवलय भक्त्या वासुदेव परायणः आकं दन्वन्ति कत्वेन निहारम् इव भास्करः चक्रुन्मन कृष्णपदारविन्दय निवेशितं तत्कुनरातिचर्यः न ते यमां पाशभृतश्च तद्बतान् स्वप्नोऽपि पश्यन्ति निश्को ఇది అది ట్యూన్ కదా ప్రభుజీ
చక్రన్మన కృష్ణ పదారవింద
సరే చక్రున్మన కృష్ణ పదారవిందయో నివేశితం పునరావిహేయ నతే యమాం పాశభృతశ్చ తద్వతాన్ స్వప్నే పశ్యంతి జీర్ణ నిష్కృతః సంకేత్యం పరిహాస్యం వా స్తోభం ఏలనం ఏవ వా వైకుంఠనామగ్రహణం ఆశేషజ్ఞహరం విదు మ్రియమాణో హరేర్నామ గృణాన్ పుత్రపాచారితం అజామిలోపి ఆఘాతామా కిమూత శ్రద్ధయా గృణాన్ ధర్మాం తు సాక్షాత్ భగవత్ प्रणीतं न वै विदुर्ऋषयो न देवा न सिद्धमुख्यासुरा मनुष्य कूटो नु विद्याधरचारणादय ते देवसिद्धपरिगीतपवित्रगाथा ये सात्वा समदृश्यो भगवत्प्रपन्ना तन्नोपसिद्धतरे हरे गदयापि गुप्तान् नैषं वयं न च वया प्रभावरु ఇది లైన్ పోయింది ప్రభు
ते देव सिद्ध परिगीत पवित्र गाथा ये साधवः समदृशो भगवत् प्रपन्ना तान्नोपसीदत हरेर्गदया विगुप्तान् नैसां वयं न च वय प्रभवाम दण्डे
ते देव सिद्ध परिगीत पवित्र गाथा ये साधव समदृशो भगवत् प्रपन्ना तानोपसिद्धत हरेर्गदया विगुप्तान् नैषं वयं न च वय प्रभवामदण्डे जिह्वानवक्ति भगवान् गुणनामधेयं चेतश्च नास्मरति तच्चरणारविन्दं कृष्णाय नो नमति यश्चिरये कदापि तानानयत्वमसतो कृतविष्णुकृत्यान् Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you. I think everyone is done. So can conclude the call. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक रीडिंग की जय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you, Mataji Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Hare
the
Krishna, Prabhuji,
shloka
Mataji.
recitation
Hare
the last
Krishna.
I roju, whatever the slides we have recited.
I think we are going to continue to practice this, Mataji, but Giriraj Prabhu will confirm.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Ledman Prabhuji, you are saying something?
ఇంకా శ్లోకాస్ ఉన్నాయి మాతది
అదే ఉన్నాయి ఇది భక్తి వైభవ్ శ్లోకసే కదా నేను ఎగ్జామ్ రాశాను నాకు గుర్తు అందుకనే
యా ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి మాతాజీ అవి ఏంటంటే వృత్రాసుర
ఇంకా మూడు
ఇంకా
ఈ వృత్రాసుర ప్రేయర్స్ ప్రభుజీ అంతా అన్ని వృత్రాసురనా
నెక్స్ట్ వస్తాయి వృత్రాసుర ప్రేయర్స్ ఉంటాయి
కదా అదే నేను ఒకటి వస్తుంది ఏంటి రైట్ అదే కదా ఓకే రాజా మీ గురించి
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ
లవణ్య మాతాజీ మీరు చదువుతారా?
ఏంటి మీరు కంక్లూడ్ చేయండి ప్రభుజీ.
ఓకే మాతాజీ. హరే కృష్ణ.